Good morning to all. In the last lecture, we seen that one theorem that S is equal to alpha 1 alpha 2 up to so on alpha m with the orthogonal set of non-zero vector in an inner product space V. If the vector beta belongs to V is in the linear span of S, then the nature of beta is equal to summation k running from 1 to m inner product of beta alpha k into alpha k divided by norm square of alpha. Okay, and one more theorem is there. Any orthogonal set of non-zero vector is linearly independent. Okay, so any set which is orthogonal and does not contain zero vector, that set becomes a linear independent set. Okay, so today we will see the next theorem, and the process is called, that theorem is the one type of process, and that process is called Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Okay, what is that process? If suppose you have the one linearly independent set, okay, suppose alpha 1 alpha 2 or beta 1 beta 2 up to so on beta m are suppose linearly independent set you have. Okay, so using that linearly independent set, we can construct a basis for the inner product space V which is orthogonal. ओके, म्हणजे तुमच्याकडे जर एक इंडिपेंडेंट सेट असेल तर त्या इंडिपेंडेंट सेटचा यूज करून आपण काय करू शकतोय, एखादा ऑर्थोगोनल सेट आपण ऑर्थोगोनल बेसिस तयार करू शकतोय फॉर दॅट इनर प्रोडक्ट स्पेस V. ओके, ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Okay, look at this statement of this theorem. Let capital V be an inner product space capital V be an inner product space. Okay, and let suppose you have beta 1 beta 2 up to so on beta n is what? Be any independent vectors in V. Independent vectors in V. Okay, capital V. Then we may construct orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors alpha 1, alpha 2, up to so on alpha m or alpha n. N, not n, alpha n. Okay, in V, in capital V, such that for each k running from 1 to up to so on n, the set, okay, the set, which set? Alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha k is the basis for subspace. Okay, basis for this subspace spanned by beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta k. Okay. What is this statement? Let V be an inner product space and let beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n, okay, n be any independent vectors in V. So then we may construct the orthogonal vectors using that beta, okay, that is alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 up to so on alpha n in V, such that For each k running from 1 to n, the set alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 up to so on alpha k is the basis. कोणाचा basis? For the subspace spanned by beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta k. That means suppose if k is equal to 1, okay, k is equal to 1 घेतल्यानंतर काय येईल? So alpha 1 is the basis for the subspace spanned by beta 1. Okay, if k is equal to 2, so alpha 1 and alpha 2 is the basis for the subspace spanned by beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, up to alpha n, if k is equal to n, alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha n is what? Basis spanned by subspace beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n. Okay. Okay, the k elevated uses n. n vectors are there. Okay, spanning set तुमचा मोठा असू शकतो. Okay, linearly independent set हा छोटा असतो spanning set पेक्षा. Okay, is the basis for the subspace spanned by this one. Beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n. Okay, now look at the proof. Any doubt in the statement?
No, sir.
Okay, look at it. The vectors alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha n will be obtained by means of construction known as Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Okay, so using alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha n, we can construct, using beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n. So we can construct the alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha n. Okay, that is the basis of the vector space spanned by beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n. Okay, now look at here. Let suppose your alpha 1 is the vector which is equal to beta 1. Okay, we know that any non-zero singleton vector is linearly independent vector. That means here alpha 1 is the equal to beta 1, and here beta 1 is what? Linearly independent vectors. So alpha 1 is what? Is the basis which is spanned by beta 1. Okay, any vector space which is spanned by beta 1 and there's a basis castle, so itself beta 1. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let alpha 1 is equal to beta 1. Now the other vectors are given by inductively as follows. That means by mathematical induction. Okay, that is by mathematical induction. Okay, step number 1. Now for k is equal to 2, what we get? For step number 1, let this k is equal to 2. So in this case, we have two linearly independent vectors, beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, we know that beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta n, these are the linearly independent vectors. For k is equal to 2, we get what? Beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, so in this case, we have two linearly independent vectors. Which one? Beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, now construct this alpha 2 with the help of beta 1 and beta 2. कसं construct करणार? त्या constructionलाच काय म्हटलंय? Orthogonalization process. Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Okay, so construct this alpha 2 is equal to now beta 2 minus inner product of beta 2 with alpha 1. Okay, into beta 1 divided by norm square of beta 1. ओके, काय घेतलाय हा तुमचा आला स्केलर व्हॅल्यू. दिस इज द स्केलर व्हॅल्यू. ओके, इनर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ बीटा 2 विथ बीटा 1. अल्फा 1 म्हणजे तुमचा बीटा 1. ओके, assuming alpha 1 is equal to beta 1. So here inner product of beta 1 with beta 2, that is beta 2 with alpha 1, divided by norm square of beta 1, that means norm square of alpha 1. Okay, alpha 1 and beta 1 same आहे. So into beta 1. हा काय असा अज्यूम केलाय आपण. ओके, अल्फा 1 ला बीटा 1 अज्यूम करून हा अल्फा 2 तयार केला. ओके, so we have to construct the what ऑर्थोगोनल बेसिस ना, म्हणजे अल्फा इनर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ अल्फा विथ अल्फा 1 विथ अल्फा 2 काय आला हवा 0. ओके, before going to that step, look at here if what happens if alpha 2 is equal to 0, then this beta 2 minus inner product of beta 2 alpha 1 divided by norm square of beta 1 into beta 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so this implies beta 2 is equal to inner product of beta 2 alpha 1 divided by norm square of beta 1 into beta 1. Okay, is it correct? Okay, जर अल्फा 2 जर 0 असेल तर काय होणार? Beta 2 is what? Linear combination of scalar multiple of beta 1. That means beta 2 and beta 1 are what? Linearly dependent. Okay, but we have beta 1 and beta 2 are linearly independent. So this shows that beta 1 and beta 2 are what? Linearly dependent vectors, which is contradiction. Okay, which is contradiction. Since beta 1 and beta 2 are what? Linearly independent vectors. Hence, we must have
alpha 2 not equal to 0.
Alpha 2 not equal to 0. Okay, now we have to construct the orthogonal vectors, orthogonal basis. That means the inner product of alpha with alpha 1 with alpha 2 काय आहे लावा 0 यायला. ओके, सो कन्सिडर येतो का चेक करूयात आपण. इनर प्रोडक्ट 0 येतो का चेक करूया. ओके, हा असाच हा अल्फा 2 असा का डिफाइन केला आहे हे कळेल तुम्हाला. ओके, this is inner product of alpha 1 with alpha 2. Okay, alpha 1 is as it is. What is the value of beta 2 alpha 2? Beta 2 minus inner product of beta 2 alpha 1 norm square of beta 1 into beta 1. Okay, is it correct? So beta in 1 is equal to what?
Yes.
Alpha 1. जिथे काय येईल माझा alpha 1. We can write this here. Okay, beta 1 is equal to alpha 1. Now, which is equal to this is by linearity property. This is alpha 1 with beta 2. Okay, plus alpha 1 with inner product of alpha 1 with minus beta 2 alpha 1 divided by norm square of beta 1 into alpha 1. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
By linearity property. Okay, so this is equal to inner product of alpha 1 with beta 2. Okay, minus this is inner product of beta 2 alpha 1 bar divided by norm square of, instead of beta 1 we can write this is alpha 1 no? Because beta 1 is equal to alpha 1. Okay, norm square of alpha 1 into inner product with alpha 1. Is it correct? Linearity property in second variable. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so this is equal to this is alpha 1 beta 2. Okay, inner product of alpha 1 with beta 2. This get cancelled. Is it correct? Norm square of okay, inner product of
Yes,
alpha
sir.
1 with alpha 1 is equal to what we have? This is square root of inner product of alpha 1 with alpha 1 is nothing but
Norm of alpha
norm
1.
alpha. Okay, याचा स्क्वेअर केल्यानंतर काय येईल? इनर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ अल्फा 1 with alpha 1. So this get cancelled. Okay. So what remains here? This is alpha 1 beta 2. Okay. This one is scalar. This one is scalar. So scalar this is 0. So here we get inner product of alpha 1 with alpha 2 is equal to 0. That means thus the set alpha 1 with and alpha 2 is what?
Orthogonal.
Orthogonal set. ओके, म्हणजे जर बीटा तुम्ही असा डिफाईन केला, बीटा 2 कसा अल्फा 2 जर असा डिफाईन केला तर इनर प्रोडक्ट विथ अल्फा 1 काय येईल? तो 0 येईल. ओके, एनी डाऊट ना?
No, sir.
ओके, ह्याच्याने कोणी असं डिफाईन केलं असेल तो ट्रायल एंड एरर मेथडनेच डिफाईन केलेला असेल. ओके, अल्फा 2 असं डिफाईन करतात. Now, the set alpha 1 and alpha 2 is orthogonal set. Okay, now wait a minute. Now we know that every orthogonal set, every orthogonal set containing zero vector is what? Linearly dependent. Containing zero vector is what? Linearly every orthogonal set containing zero vector is what? Linearly hello कालच घेतला की
Independent.
okay, linearly independent containing zero vector असेल तर linearly dependent कसं येईल? नाही, linearly independent कसं येईल? हा dependent येईल. ओके, इथं हा independent कधी येईल? Because non-zero vector. Okay, every orthogonal set containing non-zero vectors is what? Linearly independent. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
एखाद्या सेटमध्ये झिरो वेक्टर असला तर तो कधीच लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट होऊ शकत नाही. ओके, तो डिपेंडंटच असतो. ओके, सो हेन्स here the alpha 1 and alpha 2 is what? Also linearly independent because alpha 2 is not equal to 0 and alpha 1 is equal to beta 1. Okay, and beta 1 is also not equal to 0. Why? Because in the set of beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 up to so on beta n, they are linearly independent. That means any of them, none of them is zero vector. Okay, beta 1, beta 2. So that's why here alpha 1 and alpha 2 both are non-zero vector. That means alpha 1 and alpha 2 are is also linearly independent set. Okay, so this is the orthogonal set not containing zero vector that is linearly independent. Okay, so we can see that हा सेट काय झाला? लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट झाला. आता काय मला प्रूव्ह करावं लागेल? हा जो आहे हा स्पॅनिंग सेट आहे कोणाचा? वेक्टर स्पेस स्पॅन्ड बाय बीटा 1 अँड बीटा 2. कोणताही एक सबस्पेस असेल समजा, दॅट स्पेस इज U. Okay, U is the space spanned by linear span of beta 1 and beta 2. हा जो काही स्पेस असेल त्याला हा काय करतोय? बेसिस. त्याचा हा बेसिस फॉर्म होतो. हा मला थेरम, हा माझा थेरम. ओके, now we have to show that this alpha 1 and alpha 2 is this basis. Okay, basis of a subspace which is spanned by beta 1 and beta 2. Now look at here. We can see that beta 1 and beta 2 can be expressed can be expressed as linear combination of alpha 1 and alpha 2 as follows. Okay, what is a beta 1? Beta 1 is equal to alpha 1. What is beta 2? Beta 2 is equal to alpha 2 plus inner product of. ओके कसं डिफाइन केलं तर मी आज जर मी राईट साईडला घेतलं तर काय लेफ्ट साईडला घेतलं तर काय होईल बीटा 2 इज इक्वल टू अल्फा 2 प्लस ओके inner product with beta 2 alpha 1 norm square of alpha 1 into alpha. So here the beta 2 is again linear combination of alpha 1 and alpha 2. Okay, एखादा स्पेक्टर हा वेक्टर स्पेस कशाने स्पॅन झालेला आहे लिनियर स्पॅन ऑफ द सेट beta 1 and beta 2. Okay, so any gamma belongs to u. Okay, any gamma belongs to u we can write in the form of beta 1 and beta 2, linear combination of beta 1 and beta 2. Why? Because here linear span. But beta 1 we can write in the form of alpha 1, and beta 2 we can write in the form of alpha 1 and alpha 2. That means this u we can write each and every vector belongs to u we can write in the form of alpha 1 and alpha 2. And here alpha 1 and alpha 2 is linearly independent set. That means this is the basis for the subspace which is spanned by beta 1 and beta 2. Is it correct? No?
Yes, sir.
गेलं डोक्यावरून सगळं. So that is the set alpha 1, alpha 2, okay, alpha and alpha 2 spans the subspace. The subspace spans the subspace spanned by beta 1 and beta 2. ओके स्पॅनिंग सेट एखादा वेक्टर स्पेस असेल आणि तो स्पॅनिंग सेट एखादा सेट त्या वेक्टर स्पेसला स्पॅन करत असेल त्याच्यातले लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट वेक्टर्स जर तुम्ही फाइंड आउट केलेत तर तो त्या वेक्टर स्पेसचा बेसिस असतो. ओके माहिती नाही
Yes, sir.
ओके सपोज R3 ओव्हर R दिस इज द वेक्टर स्पेस. हा कशा मी V तो L ऑफ V we can write in the form of suppose 1 0 0 linear span. Okay, 0 1 0 0 0 1 and 1 1 1. Whether this V is spanned by 4 vectors कोणताही V लिहू शकतो पण याच्यातले लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट वेक्टर्स जर तुम्ही फाइंड केले कोणकोणते लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट वेक्टर्स समजा मी हा सेट घेतला मग हा काय होईल दिस इज द बेसिस. ओके म्हणजे स्पॅनिंग सेट तुमचा मोठा असू शकतो. ओके कळते का काय सांगतो?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now step number 2. Let us assume that the result is true for k is equal to m. That means alpha 1 alpha 2 up to so on alpha m. This forms the basis which is basis for the subspace which is spanned by the vectors beta 1 beta 2 up to so on beta m. Okay. Step number 2. Let us assume that. Let us assume that the result is true for m k is equal to m. The result is for m. Okay. So that is we may construct orthogonal set. We construct the orthogonal set which one alpha 1 alpha 2 up to so on alpha m which forms the basis for basis for subspace. Basis for the subspace spanned by the vectors beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m. And what is the nature of alpha m? And also कसं डिफाइन केलं पाहायचं. Alpha m is equal to beta m minus summation k running from 1 to m minus 1 inner product of beta m with alpha k, okay, divided by norm square of alpha k into alpha k, okay, for equal to 2 साठी तर तुम्हाला हे माहिती आहे, okay, for beta is equal to m is equal to 2, this is the alpha 2, okay, this one. For alpha 3 साठी कसं येते म्हणजे हे m साठी करतो. for m is equal to 3 कसं डिफाइन होईल. alpha 3 is equal to beta 3 minus summation k running from 1 to 2,
3.
okay, 2 to m minus 1. Okay,
Yes,
इथे 2 असताना इथे 1 होता ना, अल्फा 1 एकच होते. inner product of beta 3, okay, into with alpha k divided by norm of alpha k square into alpha k. Okay, now run this. So this is alpha 3 is equal to beta 3 minus k is equal to 1. Okay, काही जण ब्रॅकेट घ्यायचं विसरून जातात. तर हे इथं मायनस फर्स्ट टर्म मायनस करतात नाही सेकंड टर्म प्लस करतात. तो ब्रॅकेटमध्ये आहे बघा का समेशन प्रत्येकाला प्लस प्लस होत. सो दिस इज बीटा 3 with alpha 1 norm of alpha 1 square into alpha 1 plus, okay, beta 3 the product of beta 3 with alpha 2 divided by norm of alpha 2 square into alpha 2. Okay, हा असा दिसतो तुमचा. ओके, हा टर्म कॉन्स्टंट आहे तुमचा. हा टर्म बदलत चालू अल्फा 1 अल्फा 2. ओके, एनी डाउट ना अप टू हियर?
no sir.
4 साठी करता येईल तर.
Yes sir.
आता हा जर ब्रॅकेट नसला असता तर काय झालं असतं, तर प्लस राहिलं असतं असं, आता मायनस होईल. ओके, तुमच्या अंडरस्टँडिंग. ओके, दिस इज द नॉट द part of the flow. So alpha m is equal to beta m minus summation running from k is equal to 1 to m minus 1 in a product of beta m with alpha k into alpha k divided by norm square of alpha k. Okay, now the step number 3, we have to show that the result is true for k is equal to m plus 1. Okay, step number 3, let k is equal to m plus 1. Okay, so in this case, beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m plus 1 are what? Linearly independent vectors in capital P, and we have to prove that this set, which set alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha m plus 1 is what? Orthogonal set. Orthogonal set and forms basis for the subspace. Basis for the subspace spanned by the vectors which one? Beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m and beta m plus 1. Okay, where what is alpha m plus 1? is equal to eta m plus 1 minus summation k running from 1 to m now. Okay, inner product of eta m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, divided by norms k square, norm square of alpha k into alpha k. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, obviously alpha m plus 1 is not equal to 0. Why? त्याचप्रमाणे जर अल्फा टू जर 0 घेतलं तर काय झालं? बीटा 1 is linearly dependent on beta 1 असा झाला असता ना. Here if alpha m plus 1 is equal to 0, then we get the contradiction of our assumption. What is our assumption? The beta 1, beta 2 up to so on, beta m plus 1 are linearly independent. So hence here alpha m plus 1 is not equal to 0. Okay. So obviously here alpha m plus 1 is not equal to 0 because if alpha m plus 1 is equal to 0, then we are getting contradiction. Okay, we are getting contradiction to fact that beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m plus 1 are linearly independent. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, one is linear combination of other a. तर हा मी 0 घेतला तर काय होईल? हा पार्ट इकडे येईल. Okay, so beta m plus 1 is the linear combination of elements of beta m. Okay, beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m. Okay, so this is linearly independent. So to prove that, what we have to prove, this set alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha m and alpha m plus 1. This set is linearly independent. Sorry, I was trying to show that this is orthogonal set. Okay, orthogonal झाल्यानंतर okay, orthogonal set. Okay, any doubt up to here?
No, sir.
So for each k now, running from 1 to up to so on m plus 1, consider the inner product of alpha m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, if k is equal to 1 जर असेल तर काय होईल? Alpha 2 with alpha 1. K is equal to 2 असेल तर alpha 2 with alpha 3 with alpha 2. Okay. So inner product of what is alpha m plus 1 is beta m plus 1 minus summation. Instead of taking the summation k, j घेऊया. Okay, कारण की alpha k घेतलाय आपण आधीच. So okay, here j running from 1 to m plus 1. Sorry, m. This is the value of beta m plus 1. फक्त इथं आम्ही हे बदललं इंडेक्स नंतर. Okay, j is equal to 1 to m inner product with beta m plus 1 and alpha j divided by norm square of alpha j into alpha j with, this is the value of alpha m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now this is equal to first coordinate, first term, beta m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, minus in the second inner product j running from 1 to m. Okay, inner product of beta m plus 1 with alpha j divided by norm square of alpha j into alpha j and alpha k. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
By linearity property, na? Linearity property. Okay, now linearity property this is. So this is equal to inner product with beta m plus 1 with alpha k. minus, take out this. This is the scalar value. Okay, and by using linearity property, so this is summation j running from 1 to m beta m plus 1 with alpha j divided by norm square of alpha j. Okay, and the inner product is what? What to get? Alpha j with alpha k. Okay, again by linearity property. Okay, any doubt up to here?
No, sir.
So first term is as it is. Summation beta m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, now run this j. This is beta m plus 1. Okay, with alpha 1. Is it correct? Divided by norm square of alpha 1 into alpha 1 with alpha k. Okay, first term. Second term, third term, so this is. Okay, second term. This is बीटा इनर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ बीटा m plus 1 मायनस कळाला इथे हा ब्रॅकेट मध्ये आहे. ओके,
Yes, sir.
बीटा m plus 1 with alpha 2 divided by norm square of alpha 2. Okay, inner product with alpha 2 with alpha k. Okay, minus up to so on. This is minus inner product of now j running from 1 to m na. j is equal to m. हा काय येईल बीटा m plus 1 with alpha m divided by norm square of alpha m into inner product of alpha m with alpha k. Okay, any doubt up to here? Okay, left hand side आहे तसंच alpha m plus 1 and alpha k inner product. Okay, now since by the step number 2, that is induction hypothesis, alpha 1, alpha 2, up to so on, alpha m is what? Are orthogonal vectors. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means by step number 2, what we get? Inner product of alpha j with alpha k is equal to 0 when I is not equal to j. Okay, I running from 1 to m, j running from 1 to m. Okay, म्हणजे हा टर्म माझा काय येईल? अल्फा 1 with wait, कुठला टर्म 0 येईल तुला? Wait a minute. This term. This term is what? Alpha 1 with alpha k is equal to 1 साठी काय येत हा माझा? k running from काय? k running from 1 to m plus 1. Okay, so here k साठी काय येईल? हा 0 येईल. हा वेक्टर 0 येईल. इथे कुठेतरी काय असेल? अल्फा k with अल्फा k. ओके, त्याच्या आधीची टर्म कुठेतरी बीटा m plus 1. काय सांगतो मी काय का ह्याच्यामध्ये कुठेतरी अल्फा केला हा कोइन्साइड होईल ना, अल्फा के विथ अल्फा के. इज इट करेक्ट?
Yes, sir.
ओके, ह्याच्या आधीची टर्म ह्याच्यानंतरची टर्म. ओके, मायनस डॉट 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 डॉट. ओके, मायनस बीटा एम प्लस 1 विथ अल्फा के divided by norm square of what? Alpha k square with inner product of alpha k. Okay, then minus dot 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 dot. This is last one. Okay, now this get cancelled. Okay, inner product of alpha k with alpha k is what? I don't know whether this value is 0 or not, but we know the inner product of if I is not equal to j, then it becomes 0. Okay, मग हा काय येईल? हा पण 0 येईल. ओके,
Yes, sir.
ओके, मग राहायला कुठले टर्म्स? This one and this one. Okay. 0 into something, 0 into scalar 0, 0 into this scalar is 0. So what remains? This term and this term only. Okay, so which is equal. left hand side, alpha m plus 1 with alpha k is equal to what we get. First term is inner product of beta m plus 1 with alpha k. Okay, this is the first term. What is this one? Minus inner product of, हा बाद नहीं है बल का, मी समझने ठीक है लगेंगे, beta m plus 1 with alpha k. So this is equal to what? 0. This is alpha m plus 1 with alpha k inner product of. Okay, any doubt up here? So
No,
here
sir.
k running from 1 to up to so on m. Okay. Okay. This product is 0. Okay, wait a minute. One negative m plus m plus this product. Okay, k running from 1 to m, not m plus 1. Okay, that means inner product of alpha m plus 1 with alpha m is 0. Okay, any doubt now?
No, sir.
So thus the set alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha m and alpha m plus 1 is what? Orthogonal set. Is orthogonal set. Hence, and it does not contain any zero vector. So hence it is linearly independent. Okay, by previous theorem. Any orthogonal set with non-zero vectors is linearly independent. Now we have to show that this set it spans the vector space which is spanned by beta 1, beta 2 up to so on beta m plus 1. Okay, हा सेट कोणाला स्पॅन करायला हवा? त्या सबस्पेसला जो बीटा 1, बीटा 2 up to so on बीटा m याच्यापासून तो स्पॅन होईल. Okay, so we can see that beta 1, beta 2, okay, up to so on beta m and beta m plus 1 can be expressed. Okay, यालाच एक्सप्रेस करत असेल तर ह्याच्यापासून स्पॅन होणारा एक्सप्रेस करेलच की. ओके, expressed as a linear combination of two vectors alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha m and alpha m plus 1 as follows. Okay, so what is beta 1 is equal to what? Alpha 1. What is beta 2? Beta 2 को सही alpha 2 plus inner product of beta 2 with alpha 1 divided by norm square of alpha 1 into alpha 1. Okay, what is beta 3 का साला होता है alpha 3 plus. Okay, तो right hand side लगे थे. Take this one to the left side. Alpha 3, beta 3 is equal to alpha 3 plus inner product of beta 3 alpha 1 into alpha 1 divided by norm square of alpha 1 plus beta 3 alpha 2 into alpha 2 divided by norm square of alpha 2. Okay, up to so on beta m plus 1 is equal to alpha m plus 1 plus summation a running from 1 to m. This is beta m plus 1 with alpha k into alpha k divided by norm square of alpha k. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
So thus the set alpha 1, alpha 2 up to so on alpha m and alpha m plus 1. Okay, हे वेक्टर कोणाला स्पॅन करत आहे? ओके, म्हणजे कोणाच्या फॉर्म मध्ये लिहिता येतात बीटा एम, ऑल द बीटाज वी कॅन राईट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अल्फाज. Okay, and the subspace which is spanned by the betas, so we can write that subspace in the form of linear combination of elements of alphas. Okay, spans the subspace spanned by the vectors alpha 1, sorry, beta 1, beta 2, up to so on, beta m plus 1. Okay, hence this orthogonal set, the orthogonal set is alpha 1, alpha 2, up to so on, alpha m plus 1 forms the basis, okay, for the subspace spanned by
Wait a minute. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I want to talk to zone alpha m plus 1 forms the basis for the subspace spanned by the vectors beta 1, beta 2, up to zone beta m plus 1. Okay, any doubt now? Okay,
No, sir.
and this process is called as Gram-Schmidt orthogonalization process. Okay, so any linearly independent set, if you have a linearly independent set, by using that linearly independent set, we can form the orthogonal basis for the subspace which is spanned by that vectors beta 1, beta 2, and beta n. Okay, समजा जर तुम्हाला एखादा वेक्टर स्पेस दिलेला असेल तर त्या वेक्टर स्पेसला प्रत्येक वेळेस ऑर्थोगोनल बेसिस असेल काय? Whether every vector space have the orthogonal basis? Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
एखादा बेसिस आहे म्हणजे एखादा वेक्टर स्पेस आहे म्हणजे त्याला बेसिस आहे. बेसिस आहे म्हणजे तो लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट आहे. त्या लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट सेटचा यूज करून आपण ऑर्थोगोनल बेसिस फॉर्म करू शकतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल R3. R3 मध्ये स्टँडर्ड ऑर्डर बेसिस ते लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट आहेत, स्पॅन पण करतायत, बट इटसेल्फ दे आर ऑर्थोगोनल. This is R3 ना. 1 0, suppose this is x, this is y, this is x axis, and this is z axis. 1 0 0 कुठे असेल तुमचा इथे कुठे असेल? ओके, 1 0 0 x axis, y axis वर 0 1 0. Okay, इथे काय असेल 0 0 1. Okay, these are the three basis vectors of x y z. So any vectors in the R3 we can write in the form of these three vectors. Okay. पाहिल्यानंतरच कळतं तिन्ही वेक्टर एकमेकांना परपेंडिक्युलर आहेत. ओके, याचा अँगल कितीचा आहे? 9. Okay, what is the angle between these two? 9. What is the angle between these two? 90. That means the standard ordered basis itself the orthogonal basis. Okay. प्रत्येक वेळेस बेसिस हा तुमचा ऑर्थोगोनल असेलच का? नाही. ओके, पण दिलेल्या बेसिस पासून आपण ऑर्थोगोनल बेसिस फॉर्म करू शकतो. Okay, whether the basis are unique असतात त्या प्रत्येक वेक्टर स्पेसला? नो. ओके, हा पण बेसिस
No,
आहे.
sir.
1 0 0 1 1 1 0 1. हा पण बेसिस. We can construct the orthogonal basis using these three vectors. Suppose this is beta 1, this is beta 2, this is beta 3. Okay, so using beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, we can form अल्फा 1, अल्फा 2, अल्फा 3. ओके, बीटा 1 म्हणजे काय आपण अजून बोलतो अल्फा 1. ओके, आणि बीटा 2 कसा आहे या दोघांच्या लिनियर कॉम्बिनेशन. अल्फा 3 कसा असेल या तिघांच्या कॉम्बिनेशन. ते बघूया एक्झाम्पल घ्यायचं. तुझ्या एक्झाम्पल घेताना कसं फॉर्म करायचं. ओके, एनी डाउट डॉक्टर हियर? Okay.
No, sir.